The margin between dreams and success is measured by the way we handle setbacks. But during the heat of competition, racing can bring dangers into your life that is worse than any nightmare. That is why 1993 has made International Outboard Grand Prix Racing an elite circuit to compete on. With strong racing from each team, it is only fitting to head to the state of Texas for the first annual Bud Light Championship. In time trials on Saturday, it was number 57, Ben Robertson, who started the year-end finals with a strong showing at 127.1 miles an hour. Then came one of the biggest surprises from the La Victoria team as Don Johnston set a hot pace at 128.2 miles an hour. But it was Felix Sorales who finally knocked number 58, Don Johnston, from the pole with a 130.6 mile an hour qualifying time. But as Bill Seebold tried to challenge number 88 for the pole, he almost wiped out all chances to compete in the finale with the spectacular mishap in turn number 1. Welcome to the Don Q Powerboat Series year-end final. Hi, I'm Walt Yarbrough, and we're here in the great state of Texas, in the city of Austin, where it's been a long, hard road here to our year-end final. With the floods in the Midwest, the sweltering heats in the Southeast, it has been a tough road, but one that has finally come to an end. But it all began along the Savannah River in Augusta, Georgia.
All eyes now turn toward the starting dock as we prepare to get the 1993 Don Q Powerboat Series underway.
Hearts almost stopped. The flag is up. Down it comes, and here they come. 19 of them spread out across the Savannah River, all running for one turn, down to turn number 1. They'll have to funnel down, Pete, down to only 1 or 2 boats can go through the turn at the same time. It's number 7, Mr. Billy Seebold out there with 94, Steve D'Souza, the hometown favorite, fired and off the line.
Well, we're back now for the restart again of this race. The flag is up, the drivers are ready, and here they go. Number 7 and number 11 neck and neck coming off the dock as they get into turn 1.
Well, Bill Seebold turned out to be a prophet because it is the 45th lap, and now they're racing. Number 11, Michael Seebold, going down to the corner first. Bill Seebold down the inside. Look at him close up on him. It's going to be the same way it was in the earlier restart. Will he maintain his lane, or what's going to happen down here? Whoa! The slamming of the door right there. Mike Seebold just jammed it down into the corner. He pushed Billy all the way to the inside, and he took over the lead.
As we come around the final lap, here we go, number 11. Mike Seebold looks like he's going to take the checkered flag and the win here in Augusta, the first race in the Don Q Powerboat Series.
This is just the first race. I think I got a really good start. I'm going to just try to keep, everything together and hang in there. I'm not going to get big-headed and think this is going to happen all the time, but, this is 5 races in a row, 5 champ boat races in a row that I won, and that's a hard one to beat in my book. I mean, I can't believe it myself.
And as we move on to our second stop on the circuit in Bay City, Michigan, it will be interesting to see if our reigning world champion Mike Seebold can continue in his winning ways.
The Don Q Powerboat Racing Series is brought to you by Don Q Rum. Welcome back to the Don Q Powerboat Racing Series, brought to you in part by Bud Light.
18 boats now line the starting dock, 18 crews getting those boats ready, and Walt, you have to wonder what's going through the minds of those 18 drivers.
Each driver wants to know, my engine's going to fire, I'm going to get away from the dock, I'm going to be out there and ready to race. The flag is up, let's see what happens.
And right off the dock, look who's leading. The twin Seebold thread, the Bud Light team, number 7 and number 11. Kevin Miller falling a little bit behind. And Walt, we've seen this before.
Here on the rough waters of Bay City, Michigan, on the Saginaw River, it is a tough race course. Can Mike Seebold continue his winning ways, or will it be Bill Seebold, as he did in Augusta, Georgia, went out front, but this time, can he maintain his lead and take the championship here?
Right behind Michael Seebold, his brother Tim Seebold driving the blue number 88 boat of the Don Q team. And this is a really interesting story of how Tim Seebold got into this boat.
Well, Tim Seebold had been looking for a Formula One ride. only being room for 2 drivers on the Bud Light team for Bill Seebold and Mike Seebold, well, there was no place for Tim to go. Then Felix Sorales came up with some commitments in Europe. He had to make those and fulfill that. So the Sorales family came to Tim Seebold. They're already customers of the Seebold family. They run a Seebold Hall. So Tim was the obvious choice. Doing an excellent job for him out there.
Indeed, an excellent job. Currently, Tim's running 8th now, and there's every indication that he is just as aggressive as his dad, Bill Seebold.
And that's his dad, number 7, Billy Seebold, slowing down on the backstretch. That's going to knock him out of this one, but it puts number 38, Billy Joel, up into 2nd place, and that's a place he's very familiar with. Last year, Felix Sorales won, but Billy Joel, he finished in 2nd. But now he's got one more man to go after if he's going to finish 1st this year. That's number 5, Rick Adamczyk, because Adamczyk now goes into the lead. They call him Rough Water Rick. When he won down at the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh, well, it was very rough there. Now it's rough here on the Saginaw, and he's back out in front one more time. Taking chances, that's the name of the game. Number 94, Steve D'Souza, he takes a lot of them.
But you have to have a lot of experience to take chances like that. Watch as he's going down the front straightaway. He just dances on top of the water, barely in control of the boat, then slams it into turn 1.
But right now, Rick Adamczyk is doing a tremendous job. He's unsponsored out of New York. He's going to be coming around as number 38, Billy Joel, is still in a solid 2nd place, and trying to unlap himself is number 88, Tim Seebold. 94, Steve D'Souza does not want to let anybody around him. Enough have gotten around him today.
Well, coming around now for the final turn in the checkered flag, the winner, number 5, Rick Adamczyk from East Rockaway, New York, taking the checkered flag. It's his first victory since he won Pittsburgh back 2 years ago. A checkered flag and a victory lap for number 5, Rough Water Rick Adamczyk.
It's really stamina. You have to be up for it because your arms and everything gets so tight. You're just trying to keep the boat on the water and keep it at a safe trim level. My boat happens to run good at a nice level attitude, so that helped us today.
And the win will improve the attitude of Rick Adamczyk, a veteran on this circuit, but only his 2nd checkered flag.
It's been a long, wet year for America's midsection as drivers and crews travel to flood-prone Kansas City. The outlook for racing here is an iffy one. Testing these boats is almost a guessing game. Drivers scrambling to find the right combination of power and prop. For this driver, the old man of the sea, the victory drought continues as fate seems to be laughing in his face. Longview Lake continues to rise, and for Bill Seebold, the road to victory is blocked by hot competition.
2.5 years without a victory. That's a long, hard road, and that's the road that Bill Seebold took here to Kansas City, where he picked up his first victory in a march towards the championship. Desperately looking for a win, number 7 finally put it all together here in Kansas City.
We're coming down to the wire here on Longview Lake in Kansas City. Number 88, Tim Seebold, chasing his dad and seems to be closing the gap. But this is the real story right here. Number 7, Bill Seebold hasn't won in 3 years in North America, and yet he may be on his way to his first victory right here on Longview Lake. Bill Seebold seems to be backing off just a little bit now, and that's allowing his son Tim Seebold in the number 88 Don Q boat to catch up. There you see Timmy, and he's just a couple of seconds now behind his dad, Bill Seebold.
Well, Bill, knowing this is the final lap, he says, come on, Timmy, you got too little too late, because the checkered flag is coming out for me, and I'm the happiest man in the state of Missouri because I finally have ended the drought. It's been raining all over the Midwest, and now it's raining checkered flag for Bill Seebold.
The first time in 3 years this man has won a race, and it happened 3 years ago this weekend.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota, the last time that Bill Seebold picked up a checkered flag here in North America, he comes to the start dock ready to take his lap of honor. What a happy man he is.
A smile, just about ready to split his helmet in half. And this again continues the Seebold dynasty this year in the Don Q Powerboat Series. The weather is extremely cool here in Saskatchewan as Felix Sorales gets ready for his first race of the season. The flag is getting ready to go up. There it is. The drivers are prepared to run, and the flag comes down, and they're off the start dock. Very quickly, number 88, Felix Sorales, holding true to form, is now up in front, followed closely behind by number 7, Bill Seebold.
But the trademark of Billy Seebold all season long has been no matter where I qualify, I'm going to jump you off the start dock, and that's exactly what he does. As you can see, he's going wide to the outside and just out horsepowering number 88, Felix Sorales. He goes underneath the bridge and heads down the long straightaway, and he's already begun to start pulling out from the rest of the field.
With Bill Seebold so far out in front already, the rest of the field is trying to battle it out for second and third. Running in second place, it's Felix Sorales in the Don Q boat, but he's quickly passed by number 11, Mike Seebold for Bud Light.
Here on the 4th stop of the Don Q Powerboat Series, all teams begin to feel the mounting pressure of gathering in precious championship points. They know one victory does not make a season, but the Don Qs, the Interstate Batteries, the John Frieses from here in Canada, the Drew Belks, all know they must stop the march of Bill Seebold right now. And there's number 16, Timmy Seebold, going wide to the outside and squeezing in between 94, Steve D'Souza, and 16, Timmy Seebold is number 7, Bill Seebold. Is he trying to put a lap back on Steve D'Souza, or what is he trying to do out there on the race course? He goes around the corner, he takes it wide to the outside, and he puts the lap back on Steve D'Souza, but Tim Seebold was able to reel in D'Souza just a little bit while that happened.
Firmly in second place now is number 88, Felix Morales, driving for Don Q, but the real battle is still here between number 94, number 16, and somewhere in this pack, here he is, number 7, as he crosses in front of Steve D'Souza. Bill Seebold has effectively slowed Steve D'Souza down, perhaps creating an opportunity for Tim Seebold to get past D'Souza. But up in front it is, as it has been all race long, pretty much a one-man show. That one man, number 7, the Bud Light driver, Bill Seebold, looking for his second consecutive victory after a 3-year drought. Bill has led this race all the way. In fact, he's led it by several seconds, and it looks a lot like Bill Seebold's going to take the checkered flag.
Well, it's been absolute vintage Seebold, and out comes the checkered flag. But Bill Seebold getting back in old form. Just one more checkered flag from the man from St. Louis. Welcome back. I'm Walt Yarbrough, and here in the shadows of Three Rivers Stadium on the ominous Allegheny River, 500,000 people have come out to watch the teams race. We see the start. Every team knows the pressure is on. You must perform here in Pittsburgh, our largest crowd of the season. And Bill Seebold jumps out very quickly to a lead. No matter where he's at, it seems like this man is unstoppable for 19 and 93. The rest of the field pushing very hard up on Bill Seebold, but it seems like lap after lap, no matter how hard he drives, how hard he pushes it, the man out of St. Louis is back in his winning ways. Seebold taking it down the long straightaways of what could be a very rough Allegheny River. The field falls in behind him as they all continue to chase. Behind him is 83, Kevin Miller. Then number 88, Felix Morales. And number 57, Benny Robertson, moving from 9th place up on the field, gets around number 16, Timmy Seebold. But as the green flag comes out for a restart caused by an accident, with 45 laps already done in this race, sets up a 5-lap dash for the cash. This is a chance where anyone can become champion. Bill Seebold jumps very quickly out the lead. All the field runs down towards turn number 1, and here you will see a devastating accident where Billy Joel barrel rolls to the outside right in the oncoming path of number 83, Kevin Miller. Then with that third restart, still only 5 laps left to go. It is Bill Seebold one more time, jumping out into the fray as the green flag comes out, trying to take his 3rd victory in a row. Bill Seebold pushing hard. Both of the Don Q Rum teams searching for a place in the field to try to move up on this man out of St. Louis, Missouri. Bill Seebold takes it down to the corner and back out of the lead one more time. He started originally. Then we had 3 restarts during this race, but here in front of 500,000 people, it was the man out of St. Louis finishing in 1st. In 2nd was number 88, Felix Morales, the Don Q Rum team. And finishing in 3rd, moving up from 19th position, was number 57, Benny Robertson. But the checkered flag went out for one man, number 7, Bill Seebold. As we move on to Palm Beach County, here at Lake Osborne, here's where all the teams have come to stop Bill Seebold from entering the winner's circle. A level of intensity I have not seen in many years on this race circuit, has all zeroed in on one point: to put a different man in the winner's circle. Number 51, the Arcadian Motor Carriers, with Mark Trotter at the helm, sitting on the pole position. A brand new boat. His team here focused on getting a victory, on stopping the championship ways of Bill Seebold. He jumps out very quickly to the front with number 88, Felix Morales, back in behind him. This entire field pushing so very hard. Number 51, the Arcadian, and Mark Trotter pushed very hard early on in the race. A ruptured fuel cell put him out, and the race was now between number 88, Felix Morales, the young man out of Maricity, Puerto Rico, and number 7, Billy Seebold. As Seebold pushes towards the front, Morales is set on one thing, and that's to stop the man from St. Louis from entering the winner's circle and clinching the World Championship title. But Bill Seebold is intent on making the championship his in 1993.
I think we probably have got it wrapped up, but you know, mathematically, you know, I don't know what Tim did. I think he ended up 3rd.
Yeah, I think he did.
You know, so he's still in the points chase. You know, you can get 700 points if you take pole and take the lead. So, you know, we'll see. If he's within 700 points, then mathematically he's got a shot. Of course, unfortunately, Mike went out, but the Seebold still got a chance to get 1, 2, 3, I think.
And we come here to Austin, Texas, where Bill Seebold feels he can finally convince himself that he is the champion, to take one more victory. But many have come to stop him, to take a final victory into the winter, to know that next year will be another year. On to the starting grid here in Austin. 88 Felix Morales, 58 Don Johnson, then Ben Robertson, Mike Seebold, Tim Seebold, and Kevin Miller. Then number 50, Craig Wendt. 94, Steve D'Souza. 33, John Friesen, Drew Belk, John Nichols, and Rick Adamczyk. Number 3, Bobby Humphrey. Number 7, Bill Seebold. And number 59, Scott Barnekow. And here we can see even champions make mistake on his qualifying run. Number 7, Bill Seebold impacted a turn buoy, nearly blowing the boat over. How he kept from totally destroying that boat, I don't know. A lot of work from the Bud Light team, getting back in the field, starting in the 14th position. We're ready for the start of the final race of the year. Number 88, Felix Morales sitting on the pole, and then right beside him is Don Johnston. Back in 4th position, number 11, Mike Seebold gets off very, very quickly, and back towards the rear of the field is number 7, Billy Seebold. As we go into the first turn, it's number 88, Felix Morales, taking an impact and crashing right out of the corner of the man sitting on the pole. Don Johnston got beside him. And number 88, Felix Morales, out for the final race of the year. Number 57, Benny Robertson, may have also been involved in that accident. He was sitting in that 3rd position as a totally destroyed number 88 of Felix Morales the wreckage is being picked up out of the field. 57, Benny Robertson, bringing it to the trailer. Not even 100 yards starting this race, and now he started over again. It puts number 58, Don Johnson, on the pole with number 94, Steve D'Souza, in beside him. Number 11, Mike Seebold, makes a very quick run out to the front. He accelerates hard. He started the year with a victory. He'd love to end the year with a victory. But number 7, Bill Seebold, even though he has the championship within his grasp, would love to finish it off with a checkered flag. But Don Johnson, the La Victoria Salsa team, wants to put a victory on the mark for 1993. Number 11, Mike Seebold, in behind him as they begin to run away from the rest of the field. As Don Johnson staying down to the inside, Mike Seebold going wide to the outside.
We'll be back in just a moment.
There's the Kiwi Airlines sponsored entry of number 5, Rick Adamczyk, showing up here for the final bit with a brand new sponsor. But it's the La Victoria Salsa, that beautiful boat in red, white, and green. He is running hot out there right this afternoon as number 11, Mike Seebold, in there behind him. Number 16, Timmy Seebold, and number 94, Steve D'Souza. And then number 50, the old Quaker paint of Craig Wendt. He's the team owner on that La Victoria Salsa boat that's out front with Don Johnson at the helm. He brings it off the corner, running hard. Mike Seebold in there behind him. Mike would just love to take a victory. This would finish off a year very well for him, as Mike Seebold knows he can no longer retain the championship he had from 1992. He's going to have to pass that crown on to the other member of the Bud Light team, his father, Bill Seebold. But a victory here would be sweet. But the La Victoria boat of Don Johnson, owned by Craig and Scott Wendt, would love to take a victory here. There's number 7, Bill Seebold, moving up through the field. Maybe you can't count the old man out yet. He would love to put one more victory notch in his gun for 1993. And now he's up in 4th position, right behind his son, number 16, Tim Seebold. Attrition and accidents have caused his field of 15 to dwindle down to just 9 remaining boats. One of those, the ARCO starting and charging specialist of number 83, Kevin Miller. Kevin all the way here from Niceville, Florida. But number 58, the La Victoria Salsa, running red hot on the race course just outside of Austin, Texas, here on Walter E. Long Lake, is the man that's looking to take home the checkered flag. He's got a checkered flag fading across the back of that boat. He would love to have one sitting in the cockpit by the end of the afternoon. But number 11, Mike Seebold, in behind him. Then number 16, Timmy Seebold, the Don Q rum boat. And then number 7, Bill Seebold. And then number 94, Steve D'Souza. This man, the Interstate Battery sponsored entry out of Augusta, Georgia. D'Souza running very hard, trying to finish up in the top 5 in points, as he has done every year for the past 6 years. Tim Seebold, the Don Q rum, goes around John Nichols in his brand new Vulture Hull out of Florida. But number 16, Timmy Seebold, trying to finish up as high as he can to the points. The Seebold family would love to finish 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. John Friesen, the 1,000 Beach Pacific Development sponsored entry out of Vancouver, Canada, having a great year for his rookie year. And there's number 5, Rick Adamczyk, with his brand new sponsor, Kiwi International Airlines. Rick out of Long Island, New York, has been a very tough competitor over the years on this circuit. Number 11, Michael Seebold, trying to move up and take over the lead from number 58, Don Johnston. There's number 90, Drew Belk, as the Belk Racing Team comes here to Austin, Texas for the final race of the year to have as great a showing as he possibly can. John Friesen goes down on the inside. Again, John, being an offshore racing, just coming to Formula One racing this year, has had an exceptional year for a rookie, as Friesen takes the corner in behind Drew Belk. There's is number 59. That's Scott Barnacow in his brand new Cody Marine sponsored entry, number 59. It's bright yellow trimmed in black, running very well for a rookie as number 83 stays down tight to the inside. That's the Arco starting and charging specialist of Kevin Miller. Number 11, Mike Seebold, has taken over the lead since number 58, Don Johnson, has fallen by the wayside. Again, attrition and accidents have been terrible on this field. We started with 15. Now we're down to only 8 boats running. 83, Kevin Miller, moving up through the field, trying to make as good a showing as he possibly can here in Austin, Texas. He picked up the new sponsorship in 93 from Arco starting and charging and has had a great year for him, even though it has been marred with numerous accidents by Kevin Miller. 59, this young man, Barnacow, in his Cody Marine sponsored entry. Well, he wants to make a good showing because it's his first race on the IOGP for 19 and 93. And number 7, Billy Seebold, pushing hard, coming to the inside. You can see how his boat was repaired. There are patches all over that boat, and he had it sold. So now he's got to take it back home and really repair it. Then number 27, John Nichols in his Florinetta Florentine Marble Smiling Jack's Marine sponsor entry, all the way from Florida. Brand new hull, built and designed. And look at Friesen. He brought it down to the corner and just slammed it down to the inside as the number 5, the Kiwi International Airlines sponsor entry of Rick Adamczyk, staying wide to the outside and accelerating hard. Number 11, Mike Seebold, our leader, tries to get around number 90, Drew Belk. There's a man that'll bear watching in 19 and 94. This young man, Drew Belk, is going to be a comer. But number 11, Mike Seebold, now looking for that checkered flag, looking for that victory. Would love to finish off the season as he began it with a checkered flag in his back pocket, because believe me, the season in between has been absolute disaster for our reigning world champion. Number 59, Scott Barnacow, staying wide to the outside. Number 33, John Friesen, this young man all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, coming onto the Formula One circuit. Kevin Miller moving up around. Number 5, Rick Adamczyk, as they run side by side. Miller also builds and designs his own hull. They're called Miller Racing Crafts. And number 94, Steve D'Souza, well, again, he's trying to finish up in the top 5 in points as he has for the last 5 years. The white flag comes out. 1 lap left to go. If Mike Seebold can hold together, and he does, to take the checkered flag in Austin for 19 and 93. And the final standings for 1993 on the Don Q Powerboat Series has number 7, Billy Seebold, with 3,896 points, totally dominating the field. But Tim Seebold and Mike Seebold in behind him. Then Kevin Miller and Steve D'Souza still finishing 5th. Then Felix Sorales, John Friesen, the rookie, Bill Joel, who's been out the last part of the season, Rusty Campbell, Craig Went, and number 77, Scott Gilman. And Bill Seebold finally gets to rejoice in a championship. He is the 1993 Don Q Powerboat Series IOGP High Point champion. The Don Q Powerboat Series and powerboat racing itself has moved to a higher plane, and it's only fitting that its winningest champion in the history of the sport has been crowned the 1993 Formula One champion. Bill Seebold, the indestructible, the unageable man, has stepped forward again for his first championship since 1989. It's been a tremendous year. I'm Walt Yarbrough, and it's been a pleasure being with you.
The Don Q Powerboat Racing Series is brought to you by Don Q Rum and in part by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.